and today I'm doing my Passion Time Round 3 video. And today we're making yellow cake with a whipped cream frosting. So first, to start off with the cake, you want to preheat the oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. And then you want to add in this bowl 2 cups of sifted flour, 1 1/4 of a cup of sifted sugar, 1 teaspoon of salt, and that's going in here. And then now you want to add your half a stick of butter, and half a cup of butter in your mixing bowl. So now that I've done with that, I have right here 1 cup of milk and 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. So let's put this in our mixture now. So now we're going to start mixing it up on medium. So let's start. So I think it's now time. Hold on 1 second. You know, I think we have to, let's stir it a little bit more. And just so you know, when you're doing this, I happen to notice that you need to oftenly scrape the sides so everything is evenly mixed. So let's scrape the sides. We gotta let that. So now I have finished, and I want to get all this from the spatula onto the mixing, because we have to stir all of this. And that's as good as I can get for now. So then I'm going to stir it just a little bit more. And now it is time to add both of our eggs. Okay, so now we are going to mix this all up, and yeah. Once again, we are going to scrape the sides. And as you can see, it's getting way more smooth. You can still see some chunks in here though, so you gotta mix it a little bit longer. Okay. Let's get that all in there. Okay. Now let's mix this more. much time to add it into our pan. So. Oopsies. So let's get this all in there. Now we gotta somehow get, wow. So over here, we have our bundt cake pan, and we floured and greased it for a simple reason, so the cake batter and the cake little in itself doesn't stick to the pan. So now you want to evenly pour this around. Okay, so now once you've gotten all your batter in here, just pop it in the oven for 30 to 35 minutes, or until when you put a toothpick in there, there's no cake crumbles onto it. And when it's pulled out of the oven, make sure it's fully cooled, and then we are going to start putting on our whipped cream on our yellow cake. So now that my cake is cooled, I'm going to start on the whipped cream frosting. First, what I have in my mixer bowl is 1 tablespoon of sugar, half a teaspoon of vanilla extract, and now I have 1 cup of heavy whipping cream that I'm going to pour in. And make sure you have your wire whip attachment on your mixer. So now we're going to start it on low speed so it doesn't fly everywhere. Finished with mixing all the ingredients together, I'm gonna pop it in the refrigerator for 30 minutes so it can cool, and once I'm done with that, I'm gonna frost my cake. So now I'm finishing up frosting my cake, and it is now fully cooled. So now we're gonna take a bite of it. Let's try to get it up from here. And now let's try it. It's really good. So thanks for watching my Passion Time Round 3 video, and bye! So now I'm back, and I finished mixing my butter, vanilla extract, and my sugars. So now I want to add my eggs. So I'm going to be adding 1 egg at a time. So we're gonna start mixing it now. So now I am going to add my second egg. And now we're going to mix that in. You gotta really get those eggs in. Do you wanna see it? So, as you can see, my batter's kind of getting in places everywhere. So I'm going to be using my spatula to wipe down the sides so that batter really gets in there. Well, technically it's my dough, but okay. Okay, so now I am going to add my sifted flour, and I used 2 1/4 cup of flour, 1 teaspoon of salt, and 1 teaspoon of baking soda. So I want to slowly pour this in. And I'm going to be doing it separately at different times. So like some of it can get it in it at some times. And some of it can get in it at other times. So now I'm going to start putting this. But when you're mixing flour, if it's really high, it just flies all over the place. So you don't want to start off high. I'm going to add some more flour and salt and baking soda to the mixture. And then I'll add actually some more because I think yeah. So I'm gonna lock it, start it off slow so it doesn't go all over the place. And as you can see, it's kind of getting more doughy, and that's good. That's what you want with it. Okay. So I'm going to add more while it is stirring. And this is actually the rest of it, so it's good. So just let it keep stirring and watch it form into a dough. But if it's not a dough, you kind of want to add and figure out what haven't you quite put in there. So, I think at this point I'm going to add my chocolate chips. In the Toll House recipe, it says 2 cups, but my family and I prefer just 1 cup of chocolate chips. So we're going to add that in. And actually, I think it's a good time to wipe down the sides so it doesn't. Okay, I want to get this stuff off. this up. This looks good. So now I think it is pretty good at this point, and I am using a 9x3 cookie sheet, and you want it ungreased. So, sorry about that. I just can't get it. Okay. So now I'm using the spatula to get all the dough out of this. But the truth is that my brother and I love to eat this. So, okay. So now I am going on to the next step. I have a cookie scooper and my pan. So sorry about that. All right. Okay, so now I've got my cookie and my cookie scooper. So you want to get them into balls. And if you get your cookies too close together, it's possible that they could stick together. And, you know, you never want that. Unless you do want stick together cookies. So, your oven, so you, fill this cookie sheet all the way up with your cookie dough. So you don't have to do that. I'll just keep going. So, once you're done with that, you want to, just pop these in the oven and they will come out really nice. So, I am going to pop these in the oven now and they will come out really, really good. Thank you for watching my video. Bye. Hi, I'm Anna and I'm doing my Passion Time Round 3 video, and today we're making chocolate chip cookies. And I am going to be using the Nestle Toll House chocolate chip cookie directions on the back. So, you want to first preheat your oven to 375 degrees. And then what you want to have is 2 softened sticks of butter. You want a mixer to put those in. And then you want 3/4 of a cup of granulated sugar and 3/4 of a cup of brown sugar. Now you want to add this to your mixture. Okay, oopsies. And once you've done that, you want to add 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. So once you've done that, just hold on. You put that in. So now what you want to do is mix that up. So lock it in. So now I'm finished mixing my butter, my sugar, and my vanilla extract. So, now I have, Hi, my name is Hailie, and today I'm going to be making some banana bread. So, I'm going to start by saying all the ingredients you'll need. You will need 1 cup of softened butter, so 2 sticks, 2 cups of sugar, which I have in here, 2 eggs, which are in my mug, 4 ripe bananas. So like, you want the peels to be almost completely brown, so that's how you know they're ripe. 3 cups of flour, which I have here, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, and 3/4 cups of milk. And then here is just some sugar, because at the end, before you put it in the oven, you sprinkle some sugar on top, and it makes it really good. So we're gonna start by taking our butter and unwrapping it so that we can put it with the sugar here. One, 2. There. So next, we're gonna do we're gonna turn this on 1, there. As you can see, butter with the sugar. And so we're gonna let that go until it's all completely mixed. Then we're gonna take our bananas. We need 4 red bananas. And we're just gonna take them and mash them up. Just like this. And you're gonna use the fork to kind of, the ends of the fork to just mash them down and get them all mixed up. Okay. So I think it needs to be mixed a little. Yeah, that's good. So we're just gonna make sure our bananas are completely mixed. And we're gonna we're gonna take our flour, eggs, and we're gonna put eggs in there, 2 eggs in there, and then we're gonna put our bananas in. Just like this. So then we have our bananas and eggs and our sugar and butter. So we're going to turn this on. Set this aside. You can see you just want it to get all nice and mixed up. So now we have our dry ingredients.
always add your dry ingredients separately. We're going to need 1 teaspoon of baking powder with 3 cups of flour. And over here, it looks like our banana mixture with the eggs and sugar and butter is almost completely mixed. You want to just get all the butter and everything from the sides and like little mix thing. You just want to get everything mixed together. Turn it on a little bit more. And we're going to stir our flour and baking soda together. Okay, that's good. So we're going to, we have our, you always want to make sure you mix it up before so that it's not, so that it's mixed up and it is good to go in the thing. So now we're just going to take about half of this flour and baking soda and put it into our mixture. Just about half. Turn it on for a few seconds. We want it to be mixed up until the flour is combined so that there's no powder anymore. That's about good. So we're going to pour the rest in. And you want to do this half and then the other half because you don't want to do it all at the same time because it's just a little too much. Okay, we'll turn it on for a few more seconds. As it's getting almost completely to almost a dough kind of form, like this, we're going to stop it. And that should be. And then we need to put our milk in, our 3/4 cups of milk. And we're going to turn it on. There. So almost where it's like there's no more liquid, but it's just a good batter consistency. So right about there should be good. So now we're gonna unplug it and take our thing down. And just take our little thing off and maybe mix it because not all of it got off. And just make sure everything's all mixed because sometimes some powder gets off to the side and it ends up not getting in the mixture and then it won't be mixed together. So now we're gonna take our thing off and put it in our little pans, our glasses. And you want to just pour it in pretty evenly, half in one and half in the other. And then once you got yours in, maybe you might need a little bit more. You want to smooth it out. Just a tiny bit more. And smooth it out so that it's nice and even across the top. And take our next one and put the rest in. And if there's a little extra at the end, just try to evenly pour it throughout the last two things. So there's a little bit more in this one, so we'll put some more in this one. Just get it all out. And yeah, so then once you get everything out, we're gonna add a special treat to it. There, perfect. Remember, smooth it out. Both sides, or both pans. And we're gonna add some sugar to the top of it. And when you do that, when you like coat the top with it, you just want to coat it pretty evenly. And this makes it to where when you put it in the oven and it cooks or bakes, it makes like this really delicious sugary coating on the top, and it makes the banana bread super good. We're just gonna do it on both, and just evenly coat it. And so yeah, you're gonna then put your banana bread into the oven at 350 degrees, and it needs to cook for about an hour. And then this makes 2 loaves of banana bread. So thank you for watching my video. I hope you enjoy your banana bread, and I'll see you later. Bye. This is how the finished product is. So you can see when I put the sugar on top, it made this like layer of yummy sugar crust. So thank you for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed your banana bread, and bye.
Hi, I'm Haley, and I'm going to be making some fudge. The ingredients that you will need is 3 cups of semi-sweet chocolate chips, 1 14-ounce can of sweetened condensed milk, and 1 1/4 cup of butter. And then you can do 1 cup of chopped walnuts if you want to, but I'm not going to be doing that, but if you want to, you can. So you can either make it in the microwave or on a stove. We're going to do it on the stove, and the way we're doing it is a double boiler. So you have 1 pot at the bottom with water in it that's boiling, and then a bowl on top which you melt all your stuff in. So that's what we're doing. And you'll also need to have a 8x8 pan or dish or whatever it's called to put it in, and make sure it's greased well so that so we're gonna start by putting the chocolate chips
hard to melt just there. Okay. The chocolate chips, the condensed milk, make sure you try and get all of it out as much as you can. See, it's already starting to melt. There, that's pretty good. And your butter. And you just want to start mixing it until it starts to melt. And since it's so hot, it's already starting to melt like very quickly. Hi, I'm Haley, and today I'm going to be making some chocolate cupcakes. Your ingredients that you will need is 1 1/3 cups of flour, 1/4 tablespoon of baking soda, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, 3/4 cups of unsweetened cocoa powder, and then 1 dash of salt, 3 tablespoons of softened butter. Make sure it's softened, otherwise it won't work. 1 1/2 cups of sugar, and 2 beaten eggs, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, and 3/4 cups of milk right here. So we are going to start by preheating the oven to 350 degrees, which I've already done. We're also going to next put the cupcake liners in your cupcake tin or whatever you're going to do it in. And if you want to, but if you don't have papers or cupcake liners, you can do you can do it without them, but you just need to grease them very, very well. And then next, we're going to start by putting our flour, our baking powder, and our baking soda. Then we are going to put in our cocoa, and finally our salt. We're just going to take a spoon or a whisk and just mix it all together. Okay. That should be about good. You just want to make sure that everything gets mixed well, and if you check on the bottom, you'll be able to see if there's anything left. Okay, so next, in another bowl, we're going to beat our butter and our sugar. Butter and sugar. And make sure we get all of everything. And we're gonna then turn it on and make sure it gets beaten well. Okay, so while we wait for that to mix, next we need to add our eggs once it's already good. Make sure it's beating all the way so that the sugar and butter is mixed all the way. Stir it up a little bit more. Now we're going to add in our eggs. And we're going to let this mix well too. So when it's starting to look about good, we're going to add some vanilla extract in. And make sure this is well. Okay, it's almost done. It just needs to be mixed in a little bit more. There, a little faster. Okay, so now it is all completely mixed. Our butter, our sugar, our beaten up eggs, and oh, it looks like there's some sugar and butter there. Well, we need to mix it for a little bit longer. Now we're going to turn it off. And while that is going, while we wait, let's see. So now we need to take some of our flour mixture, and we're going to add a little bit of this in. Not completely, but just a little bit. Not that much. Turn it on until it's beaten well. And then we need to add a little bit of our milk. So let's mix well. And add a little bit more. You might want to do this about 3 times, maybe 4. Turn it on, and then we'll add our milk, and we'll keep doing that. And you can see it's starting to form batter. Now we're going to add some more milk. Have it mix. It's almost like a brownie batter. Turn it off, add some more of our mixture. Finish it off. Turn it on, and then we'll add the rest of our milk. off for a second, add our milk. Faster. You can see it's starting to form a good batter. Okay, so now we're going to turn this off. And we are going to, so next, all you will need to do is pour in your batter into your muffin tin or muffin liners for about, and do it about like 3/4 of the way, so like that much, so it has enough room to rise, and then put it in the oven for about 15 to 17 minutes, or until when you put a toothpick in, it comes out clean. So we're gonna let these bake, and then we're gonna make a frosting and put it on the cupcakes. So I'll see you in a second. Okay, we are back, and we are going to make our buttercream frosting. Our cupcakes are out of the oven and cooled. And one tip: make sure your cupcakes are cool before you put the frosting on, because otherwise the frosting will melt. So we are gonna make buttercream frosting today, and to make that you will need 3 cups of powdered sugar, 1/3 cup of softened butter. It needs to be softened, otherwise if it's hard it won't mix well. 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla, and 1 to 2 tablespoons of milk, depending on what the consistency is. So we're gonna start by, in our bowl, putting in our powdered sugar. Okay. And then our butter. And on low speed, we are, oh, by the way, you can use a mixer or a spoon. It'd probably be easier to use a mixer if you have one, but for the mixer, you want to turn it on low speed. Oh wait, oops, I forgot to lift this up. Looks like it's stuck, the butter. Okay, so now we're going to add in our vanilla. Wait till it's all beaten up. Okay, so now we're going to add our first tablespoon of milk. isn't looking very spreadable, make sure to add more milk, but if it's looking too thin, add more powdered sugar. So ours is looking kind of thick. We're gonna add more milk. You can see it's starting to look like a buttercream. Perfect. You can see how it looks like buttercream. So we are gonna need a spoon. So I'm gonna go get a spoon. Gonna get the sides. Now this is perfect consistency because it's not too thin, it's not too thick. Okay, so and clean this. Probably will be easy. And you want to clean it off because it has like a bunch of frosting on it. So next, after we get all this out, just do it as much as you can so you get all the frosting you need. And let's take a bowl. And we're gonna add our food coloring right now so that if you want, and it actually looks like it needs a little bit more milk. So just add maybe about half as much. About this much. If your frosting is looking like mine is. And just mix it up. Till the frosting is all mixed. Yeah, so when you're adding your food coloring, you can choose whatever color. I'm gonna be doing purple. Just finish mixing this up. I think that looks pretty good. And okay, so now we're gonna make our purple frosting. And do 3 drops of red and 2 drops of blue. And mix it together. Oh, it's so colorful looking. And it's starting to form a really light purple, which is awesome. I'm just going to do this until all of it is mixed together. And so I'm not gonna finish this. So you're gonna then put the frosting on the cupcakes, and then your cupcakes are done and ready to eat.